So welcome back, everybody. Just to introduce myself for those who don't know me, my name is Adrian Ely. I'm a lecturer at SPRU and also the Head of Impact and Engagement at the STEPS Centre. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to this next session, which is entitled From MDGs to SDGs, Aspirations, Evidence and Diversity in Setting Global Goals. We have yet another stellar panel for you today. Camilla Toulmin, who's been the director of the International Institute for Environment and Development since 2004. Duncan Green, who is head of research at Oxfam and strategic advisor, as well as being a visiting fellow at IDS. And also Chris Whitty, who is DFID's director of research and evidence and also chief scientific advisor. Now, we've been hearing over the last 24 hours debates around science, evidence, advice, and policy making, and some of the tensions between them. Nowhere more than in the area of international development has this debate been raging over the last months and years. And the most recent battle in this wonk war, as Duncan has called it, has been on the blog that he writes and maintains for Oxfam called From Poverty to Power. Many of you will have seen these exchanges between Chris and his colleague Stephen Durkin at DFID, and also Rosalind Iben and Chris Roche, who will be running a workshop on politics of evidence here at IDS in April. I think that the results have just come in, but I won't spoil it for you. I think maybe Duncan can give us a sneak preview. That internet debate was really about the role of evidence in guiding policies around programming and projects in international development. But I think that this session also gives us an opportunity to look through the other end of the telescope, as it were, when we're thinking about the kinds of impact that we want development programs to run, or indeed government policies to actually have. How do we align our visions, our aspirations for development? And the MDGs were one process or one tool for really bringing together that kind of vision at an international level. The MDGs emerged over a number of decades. In fact, at the UN level, there's a longer history of setting targets and goals. But I think the MDGs arose from quite a small number of actors really gathered around the OECD's Development Assistance Committee. In 1996, the DAC wrote in its report, Shaping the 21st Century, we believe that a few specific goals will help to clarify the vision of a higher quality of life for all people and will provide guideposts against which progress towards that vision can be measured. We've since had the MDGs due to run out in 2015 and a renewed discussion around sustainable development goals, which involve a whole range, a much broader range, a more diverse range of actors and political values and aspirations. The high-level panel feeding into the discussions around the post-2015 International Development Agenda, and also the open working group constituted of 30 states, and bringing in many of the states that were absent from the original, or not absent, but played a smaller role in the discussions which led on to the Millennium Declaration. Now, Ban Ki-moon, in writing to the Open Working Group, has said that the SDGs should seek to envision a more holistic and integrated agenda for advancing human well-being that is equitable across individuals, populations and generations, and that achieves universal human development while respecting the Earth's ecosystems and critical life support systems. Strengthening the interface between science and policy can contribute to defining one set of appropriate goals, targets and indicators of the post-2015 development agenda. And it's to that challenge that I'm going to invite our distinguished panel to address their comments. Starting, please, with Camilla.